Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick addressed Grand Theft Auto 6's unannounced price with comments that could be worrisome depending how cynical you take them. Welcome to Inside Games Daily, the only gaming news show brave enough to expect the worst when it comes to how much GTA 6 will cost.
Yeah, they can get away with it, so why wouldn't they charge everything? That's just the state of the world right now. No one's doing us any favors in terms of affordability or price, so I want to be wrong about this. Please, in 6 months, let me be wrong about this.
You're not going to be wrong, Lawrence. Sorry, man. Grand Theft Auto 6 publisher Take-Two has yet to announce a price for GTA 6, which supposedly launches on November 19th.
Yes, and while it's seeming more and more likely that the game will actually launch on that day, as the days go by, we're getting out of the window of another delay, so that's great. But now there's something new to worry about. Oh, sure, we might actually play it, but how much is it going to cost us?
So in comments delivered at the Gaming Executive Conference Icon, Zelnick described their pricing philosophy rather than throwing out an actual number. So reported by IGN, Zelnick said that Take-Two's job is to charge the customer, quote, way less than the value of the game they're delivering.
I get where he's coming from, but still, this could go to bad places. But if you're concerned about gaming value, you'll be especially interested in today's sponsor, Instant Gaming.
Inside Games is brought to you by Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is a place you're going to get amazing deals on PS5, Xbox, and PC games, and here are just a few. On Steam, you got to pay $40 for Rock Raiders. On Instant Gaming, it's $27.10. There's an amazing city builder called Going Medieval. It's $30 on Steam, but it's $13.79 on Instant Gaming. You can even pre-order Forza Horizon 6 on Instant Gaming. Normally it's $70 on Xbox. Here, it's $55.25 for Xbox on Instant Gaming. And you know how much I love my simulators. Storage Hunter Simulator, $15.24 on Instant Gaming. And you can get the brand new Marathon on Steam as well for 26% off at $34.74. You're not going to ever pay retail on Instant Gaming. And one of my favorites in recent memory, Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War, $18.32. So please click our link in the description or scan the QR code that is on the screen to go to Instant Gaming. Save a lot of money on PC, Xbox, or PS5 games. And yes, Lawrence and I love PC. You're going to find the best discounts on PC there, so go check it out. Thank you, Instant Gaming. All right, getting back to the story, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said his goal is to make customers of GTA 6 feel like they got a great deal, regardless of what it cost.
I mean, if we end up playing it for 10 years, it's probably going to be a good deal, but it still makes my stomach turn a little bit. Zelnick did expand on this idea, saying, quote, "How you feel about something you buy is the intersection of the thing itself and what you pay for. Consumers need to feel like the thing itself is amazing and the price they were charged was fair for what they got."
Okay.
CEO, everybody. That's what 20 years of business experience teaches you.
He's also one of the biggest CEOs in the world, and that's what we heard from him. He then reminded everybody that games have actually gotten cheaper over time thanks to inflation. This is my favorite thing that rich people say to us, is that things have gotten cheaper over time, everybody. Since games have largely held at $60 or $70, while everything else has gotten more expensive.
Yes, right. This is exactly what you want to hear from a multi-millionaire CEO, also the one who basically gets to decide how much we all have to pay for GTA 6. So really, it's not super savory.
But Zelnick used that fact to reinforce that Take-Two does things a little different, TM. He said, quote, "If you look at it through that lens, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that isn't the lens through which we look. Instead, we look at how do we deliver something amazing and how do we make sure that what people pay for it feels very reasonable."
Reasonable. God, these words, every one just kind of makes my brain twitch a little bit, yeah.
Subjective.
Zelnick also quipped that he thinks, quote, "A lot of people will be calling in sick on November 19th, which is true, but also a nice and casual reinforcement that this date is for real and he thinks it's really coming, and we're almost there. We're almost there."
That's actually really exciting to hear from him. I didn't. All right. I'm looking forward to it now. So far, the only game to break the $70 barrier is Mario Kart World from Nintendo, which retails for $80.
Yes. Other people have tried, though. Xbox did announce a general price hike to $80, starting with the Outer Worlds 2 back in mid-2025, if you remember. But they backed off of that a few weeks later, and just announced they were sticking with $70 for the near future. So Nintendo's the only one who's punctured it. I don't know, Bruce. Will GTA 6 cost more than $70? That's what everybody's curious about. And I think it really, man, I don't want to say it, but I think I know the answer.
The answer is yes. There is no debate. I don't think it's going to be $70. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 80, possibly more. But my guess is $80.
Yeah, for the base version. Yeah, it's what I hate about it is that's still fine. Like I don't want anything to get more expensive, but unfortunately, if I take Strauss's comments at face value, and they're not that complicated really, they could charge $100 for GTA 6. And people would still probably feel like they got their money's worth, even if they're not happy about it. No one's happy about paying more, but come on, it's GTA. Like, there is no game that I think has shaped people's perception of what a game is worth more than the Grand Theft Auto franchise. And I think you can see that in how games became like Grand Theft Auto after Grand Theft Auto came out. Grand Theft Auto 3 kind of basically moved that open world mission structure format to the console, made it broadly playable, broadly enjoyable. They've iterated on that since. And now, gosh, the biggest games in the world all use that format. Witcher 3, Crimson Desert, like these on a high enough level, they're all very, very structurally similar to Grand Theft Auto because I think those are the only kinds of games that people perceive as being worth a full $70. A lot of franchises that weren't like Grand Theft Auto became like it. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, because yeah, there's just this, you can either, like a game is either like 12 levels or it's an entire world of stuff to do. And Grand Theft Auto established that sort of concept. And of course, the franchise itself that's iterating on that concept, they got free reign. They can pull any number out of the air. And I think people will understand that it's probably worth it, even if they don't want to pay it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Lawrence. All the way around. You even talked about how GTA 6, you wrote this in the script, is in the same position as Mario Kart World. Weirdly, we were just talking about this last night. Mario Kart World is one of the top-selling video games ever. Or Mario Kart in general is one of the top-selling video games ever. So Mario Kart World, they priced it at $80, and they're going to sell for 15 years at $80. And GTA 6 is going to be exactly the same way. One thing I just thought of that really scares me. There's a couple of things. Number one, everyone should know this already, at least watching this show, that if GTA 6 is $80, what that means is it's going to push the industry further. All Call of Duty and all the rest of them, all the AAAs are going to follow this. I'm expecting Wolverine to possibly be $80 as well. So they're pushing this forward. They're pushing this to $80, and what you're saying to yourself is, well, GTA is worth $80, but not these other games. Call of Duty, that's not worth $80 to me. It doesn't matter. They're all going to try. We already saw Microsoft try to do this, and then they backed off, which is, by the way, that's literally what they just did with Game Pass. And so they're attempting to do this. They're pushing us. And the only way for you as a consumer to make sure that they don't price games at $80 is to not buy GTA 6. But no one's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. So this thing's going to sell at $80, and that's going to push the rest of games, the higher limit, it's going to be $80.
Yeah, I wonder which games will successfully justify that price. Because if GTA 6 comes out and it is an evolution, an iteration on the scope and scale of Grand Theft Auto 5, then no other game is going to be able to come close to that kind of value perception, to Strauss Zelnick's comments. And that was kind of the case as well. Like, everyone bought Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There wasn't another PlayStation 2 game that could barely even scratch the intensity and the magnitude of that game. But, it kind of retailed for the same MSRP. I think one thing that occurred to me while you were talking about pushing to 80 is that we're kind of on the verge of the next console generation, right? Well, AI data centers might have something else to say about that, but that is typically when people's value perceptions tolerate an increase in price. I remember when the HD era rolled around, everybody was kind of accepting that games went from 50 to 60 because now it's HD, it's widescreen, they're bigger, they're better. Games went, there was a soft push from 60 to 70 somewhere in there, I think around the PS4 time. So it's, unfortunately, we're due in terms of grand economic factors. Unfortunately, we're not in terms of the health of the industry or the disposable income of the average gamer. So who knows? One thing that worries me too is Grand Theft Auto 6 should be that multi-generational moment where younger players that maybe have only played on Roblox and stuff like that. I'd like to imagine that Grand Theft Auto 6 is the incredible monolithic release that gets them to buy a PlayStation or buy an Xbox and kind of get outside of that ecosystem and start playing what we consider like proper games. But if it's priced higher, then that has less likelihood of happening. So it's like all the millennials and the Gen Zs out there, I think we're all bought into Grand Theft Auto as like an almost generational thing. But the babies, will the babies play? I guess it's a mature rated title, so they shouldn't, right? But still, come on. Like that, I think Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto series is probably a lot of people's entry points into gaming in general. So I worry that Grand Theft Auto 6 may wall itself off a little bit if it starts pricing up like everything else.
Allow me to be, this is really sad that I even thought of this, Lawrence. Allow me to be really conspiratorial. We've noticed over the years that consoles are going up in price, correct? They are going up in price when they used to go down. They used to get halved, like it was like $500 to $250 or whatever for the Slims and stuff like that. They're not doing that anymore. Can you imagine if GTA 6 comes out at 70 or 80 or whatever, and then they raise the price of the game? I feel like that's never happened. And it almost never happens in video games ever. It's so rare. Like usually a game will hold its retail price, but I don't know that any publisher has ever done that. Raise the price 2 years later to like, let's say from 70 to 80 or 80 to 90 or whatever. That made me cringe and made me shiver because you never see that. And I was like, boy, is that a thing they could attempt? Could they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could. You're right, though. Like, that is not a way that people are accustomed to having their money taken over time. Like, there's a couple of techniques there. Publishers will release a Game of the Year edition or something. So they'll re-release the game to kind of push it back up to MSRP after it's been discounted and gone on sale a couple of times. So they make up a new SKU, they throw the DLC in there, and they put it on a new disc. And they're like, hey, it's new again. Buy it again. Rockstar has an interesting technique where they launch on console only, and then they launch again on the next generation, and then they launch on PC. So, I bought GTA 5 3 times. That's how they can raise the price as well, by kind of manipulating the platform and getting suckers like me to buy it multiple times over. The real way that they avoid raising the price over time is with games as service monetization. So they more than made up any of the money they may have lost by not pricing GTA 5 higher over the years with Grand Theft Auto Online. So we don't know if they're going to do that with GTA 6. And that prospect is actually kind of complicated given that GTA Online is still generating ass loads of revenue. So yeah, Bruce, you're right. I guess if they fail all the other ways, DLC or ongoing monetization, they could just jack the price of the game up. That would be a hell of a thing, man. That'd be a new barrier to break down. What I'm worried about more immediately is early access. If they do 80, like, first of all, I don't think there's anybody in the world that's going to opt out. Like you said, no one's going to say no thanks to GTA 6 because it's 80 instead of 70. Everyone's going to be like, well, that sucks, but all right, you got my $10. How much can they charge for like 5 days early access? 3 days?
$100. $100, Bob.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like I could see they could do it. I don't know if they're willing to do it, but they could do it. They could do like $160, $180 5-day early access. Maybe they what would they have to do to make that okay? Like send you a GTA 6 shirt? What kind of like freebies or goodies or digital bullshits would make that feel okay? I think it's just time. It's just their early access.
I mean, they could just get away with the 5 days early access with literally nothing else for $100. They could do that, but they might end up doing, like you said, like a digital GTA shirt and some shorts or whatever that you get in the game, for like 120 or something, some bullshit that because they. Correct me if I'm wrong. They never came out with single player DLC for GTA 5, right?
They said they were going to, but then it all moved to GTA Online. Yeah.
Right. And so like, I think they're probably expecting the same thing for GTA 6. I think it's going to be GTA Online. We're not going to get for at least a year and a half after the release of GTA 6. So I don't know that they're going to focus on single player DLC. So why would they ever sell that in a bundle when it first comes out, right? Because I don't think they're going to bank on that. So instead, they're going to give me some shorts and a t-shirt for an extra $40 or whatever it is. And they're going to get a lot of people that pay that. This early access thing you and I have been talking about for a long time on this show, saying everything is going this way and they're going to use it. They will.
Yes, it'll be fascinating to watch and also a bit painful. But yeah, there's just no game that has the marketing clout that GTA does. So yeah, when a corporation like Take-Two has the world in their palm, What are they going to do with it? And how hard are they going to squeeze? I'm perversely curious to find out.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much for watching Inside Games. We love making the show. And with support from you and God above, we'll still be at it when GTA 7 comes out, which is 25 years in the future or something. Your support is everything, so thank you again. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And consider recommending us to a friend. The likes and the comments always help as well. And we also have a Patreon in the case that you watch our show a lot and you're like, you know what, I could throw them an extra $5 a month. We post all of our stuff there for free. There are other bonuses like ad-free episodes, for example, this episode. And then also Patreon Hangouts. We just did one last night. And Lawrence posts a free meme pretty often. I don't know if it's every day, but I think it's generally speaking.
Every single day, Bruce.
Every day.
Sometimes
All right,
twice. If there's an ad-free episode, that's 2 memes if you're in that tier. So non-stop memes.
Yeah, that's right. On that note, so we'd like to shout out those Patreon supporters that actually keep our dream alive. So thank you, Jessica Hatfield, Brendan Carney, Justin Winlant, Hunter Reed, and John Sennett for all having very normal names that aren't at all embarrassing to read. Like, what was it? 69 penises 69ing each other or whatever it was?
Yeah. That's a good one. Shout outs to you, 69 penises, wherever you are.